For help us to rebuild our country.
Jiggy jiggy and march, march.
But make we dance with it now.
Come make we march, all Jamaicans. We are one big family. Time come for deliverance. So make we march in unity. Whether PNP or Rise or God love.
Well, on behalf of all Jamaicans, I just want to say thank you to the world for helping us to rebuild our country.
Jiggy jiggy and march, march.
But make we dance with it now.
Come make we march, all Jamaicans. We are one big family. Time come for deliverance. So make we march in unity. Whether PNP or Labour Rise or God loves all of we are marching on to progress. Chang down and we all of we.
Everything Melissa broke down, we are gonna build back. We are gonna build back better than before. Every house we broke down, we gonna build back. 'Cause our God have blessings in store. Time come to rebuild together. 'Cause Jamaica is our home. We are stepping out of darkness into the light. We're gonna build stronger roof and door.
Good morning, Levi Roots, and good morning to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Labourite alive. Good morning, my people. Good morning, Royalers. Now, many of us would have heard the interview yesterday with, one of my personal heroes, Dr. the Honorable, and our Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and Security Minister, Dr. Chang. He was on Cliff Hughes. Online, I believe, talking to George Davis yesterday morning, and he made some scathing remarks as it relates to, some civil groups in Jamaica, and we're going to break that down this morning. Before we break that down, though, I must tell you that I said on this platform the other day that all three of the females that was involved in the altercation, including the Bernie, should be charged. And the news came last night that all three ladies in the altercation will be charged. That is in the interest of social justice, my people. And that is the right thing to do. Now, tell me if I'm blurry. Tell me if me, see me, tell me if I'm chippy. Let's roll out the morning shout out. Rohan, big up yourself. Beverly, big up yourself. Sylvan, big up yourself. Ivan, big up. Larry, June, Beverly, Thomas, big up yourself. Mark Nemad, big up yourself. Jakey, Shania, Kathleen, Mama Winsome, good morning. Father Dark Night, big up yourself. Caroline, big up yourself. Donald, big up yourself. Mama Sonia, good morning. Corinne, big up yourself. Iloni, big up yourself. Itsu, big up yourself. Ivan, big up yourself. Who else is here? Alright, so Tom, big up yourself. Good look a while. See? Something else. Can't remember now. Good morning, Joan Fabs. Good morning to my beautiful wife. Good morning, baby. Guys, we are less than 100 subscribers away from 18,000. 18,000, sorry. So if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Remember that we ask for 100 thumbs up per live. So there's 53 of us thus far, and we only got 16 thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up button. Adam, big up yourself. Good morning. So we are going to play the clip that Uncle Joshua wanted me to play, and this is in relation to these civil groups in Jamaica. See? So listen to this.
The one if you don't vote for current. Just tell You're not going to get the water if you don't vote for current. Just tell you straight.
No comments.
I challenged the business community to set up a civic committee. And it's called a civic committee, but I made sure that it is full of PNP people because we have an agenda.
JLP to farm civic committees as well. Pack them up a labor right because we must have an agenda as well. And this is the PNP back then speaking openly because they don't care because they think this country belongs to them. See? Nicola, good morning. See? So, we will play that one last time for persons who are just chipping in. And listen to this.
You're not going to get the water if you don't vote for current. Just tell you straight.
No comments.
I challenged the business community to set up a civic committee. And it's called a civic committee, but I made sure that it is full of PNP people because we have an agenda.
One of these such committees is none other than Jamaica for Justice. One of these such committee is none other than the NIA. One of these such committees is none other than the Integrity Commission. Now I saw last night in a news article that JFJ is considering legal action against our Deputy Prime Minister for telling the truth, by the way, because they feel hard done that Horace Chang is telling the truth. Horace Chang is speaking on behalf of all of the regular Jamaican citizens like myself and many others that is on here this morning. We feel the same way about JFJ. We see one little 4-year-old girl get murdered, we don't see them. We see one 3-year-old baby get murdered, we don't see them. And by the way, that 3-year-old baby's father died last night. When we came off live last night, as I was going to my bed, the 3-year-old that got shot in Denham Town, his father succumbed to his injuries last night. So that mother is now mourning the loss of her spouse and one of her children. Her 8-year-old child is still battling for life in the hospital as well. You know, so it is an absolute disaster. And we have not seen not one person from JFJ that came out and condemned that. The gunman, the Dan that got killed by the police. I woke up this morning to protest, persons protesting, lighting fires and blocking roads in that community that the police went in and removed that strong man. So this is the type of behavior from PNP and their supporters in our country. They do not recognize law and order. See? We cannot allow it to get out of control. Wherever we see persons like this, disrupting the community and causing mischief and chaos, we must seek to wipe them out and get rid of them. It's plain and simple as that. See? Nobody no protest that night for the little 3-year-old or 4-year-old that got murdered. JFJ is hoping for incidents like these, for them to come out and create mischief and mayhem so they can collect money, blood money. We are backing Dr. Horace Chang to the hilltops and to the mountaintops this morning. Good morning to my beautiful mother-in-law. Good morning, mommy. Melody, good morning. Dalton, big up yourself. George, big up yourself. Carter, big up yourself. Dana, Caroline Clark, Jean, Elaine McClarty, Sean, big up yourself. Good morning. I have the clip with Cliff Hughes, so we're going to go to that. I think that it will be on it. So listen to this, my people.
There are quite a few things to grapple with this Monday morning, but I think we have to begin with the Minister of National Security and Peace, Dr. Horace Chang, who was interviewed this morning nationwide. And I must tell you that Dr. Chang came out swinging. Dr. Chang is not a man given to doing interviews that are going to be gripping or headline grabbing or, going to be animated. Frankly, Dr. Chang can be rather boring as an interviewee. And that's his style. Very calm, very measured, and in the business that we do, is not the kind of man you think is going to give you a good soundbite on a slow news day. That's not Dr. Chang. Yeah? But this morning, I think he took Tonna and George by surprise. By the way, he's just returning to work after doing surgery. Yes? And he came on this morning in what was, I see Nationwide dubbing it, the first media interview since resuming duties following that period of the job. And what did Dr. Chang say this morning that struck a lot of people? He was very, very sharp and strong in attacking some civil society groups, organizations, for their criticism of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. He said that some of these organizations, and he named one in particular, that they consistently undermine the work of the police for financial gain and that they were benefiting from what he called blood money. When I heard him say that this morning, I stopped what I was doing.
Guys, on the Gay Live sound up. Now remember, we have a thumbs up the live, to advertise the live. Thumbs up help to promote the live so others can see the live, my people. So the live pop up in other places. See, so yeah, we are watch a steady video. And when the steady video done, you see Dodge live pop up or when a Dodge video then pop up. That is what liking the videos does. It help to promote it, my people. See, so when you like my video, I promote it, I help promote it. See? Good morning, Grip Wrench. Meltina, good morning. Father Bertie. Anita Relford, good morning.
So, is that Dr. Chang saying that Jamaicans for Justice, he named them, yeah, were gaining from blood money?
Of course.
Listen.
Right after that, there was what I consider a broadside, an unjust, selfish, and cruel broadside against police officers because they weren't using cameras.
By whom?
It was designed by various people in the community. There were the Jamaicans for Justice, others their right lifers, some of the pastors who claim they know more about policing than police, and just made a kind of just giving a highlighting some section of the media. And I think by the leader of the police has the strength to withstand it. We have recruited over 8,000 young Jamaicans who have joined the force to serve and protect. The head boy from Marcus Garvey, Titchfield, young men like that. They have families who are still in school, who are teachers, middle managers, etc., or brothers and siblings around. And when you make that kind of broadside as it to suggest that the police are the murderers, which is what they're doing, you undermine the confidence, although the police officers are leadership is exercising their leadership. When a young man goes on the road and he knows that there's a young over there, he will avoid it for a while. It is a natural emotional toning down because we take no consideration that these are young Jamaicans committed to protect and serve. Yet they have families who, when you get this kind of broadside and suggest that they are doing something immoral and corrupt, it hurts. And I think that as I make direct appeals to desist from this kind of activity, there's no evidence to suggest that this is so. In fact, evidence is contrary. When you plot the number of fatal shootings between December last year and reduction in murder, there is a mathematical formula. So this, it is perfectly aligned with a statistical basis. it means police are killing murderers. So murder goes down. But yet you come out with no evidence because the prosecution rate, despite Indicom, whose investigations are not impaired, they are budgeted for, supported by the government, they're independent, good investigators, they have less than a 2% success rate. So there is no evidence to suggest that policemen in this era, and I emphasize that, now they can discuss well, is going out there and wantonly shooting people. So some people might say February, it's appear that there's an increase in murder rate. Who are attached to international will get some more money. That's not money. But on innocent Jamaicans, and I'm very upset about it.
So I just want to pinpoint something. It appears that there's a rise in the murder rate for February because in 1 week, 19 persons was killed in February. And, you know, JFJ benefits from things like that because them when police go out there now and look for them criminals and end them, then they come out and chat shit and collect money. That is what JFJ does. See, in TT Corner, good morning, big up yourself. See, Dorrit, big up yourself as well, good morning.
Concern. That's my bigger concern. That at a time when we are beginning to get on control with gangs, there are people who seem not to care. And I give you another example. Now, we had a shoot, which was a fatal shoot in Magical Bay. I agree. You must speak up on it and have it investigated in the common spirit for that purpose. And if you want to do more, fine. But we had a gang shooting off at a shop where some 6 or 7 people were shot and 2 died. Now, you know, what is the rights of people like that? Jamaicans like to gather in a district shop on a main road in Tupper. On a Friday or Saturday evening, somebody was a mention right on. Yes, others play domino, but they talk about everything. They resolve the country's problems and go home later. It's a kind of a whole Jamaican phenomenon, a privilege. It's a right of passage. They have rights. But nobody says anything when they are shot up, except the police who go out there. Then when the police apprehend the murderers, if they shoot, if one gets shot, the police are murderer. That kind of discussion must be discontinued. I have to raise it because it's a young Jamaican's right, committed to justice and right, who are being questioned, whose commitment to fair play is being questioned. And they will have the strength and the training to withstand it when their families start being alluded to in public spaces. It becomes a problem. The people in Jamaica under justice and other years must stop this. They are living off blood money.
They are living off blood money.
Moderator them Black Saga Sus or whoever I want name off of my life. Please. Dwight, big up yourself, good morning. And Jennifer, good morning.
Dr. Chang?
Yes.
What do you mean when you say they are living off blood money? Explain.
So when they go out and undermine the police and innocent Jamaicans are killed, they get more support. So the police seem to reduce the activity. This kind of thing must stop.
No, that was the Minister of National Security and Peace and Deputy Prime Minister of the country saying it. I've never heard such a high-ranking member of government say this. Not that I haven't heard it. If we're going to be honest, some Jamaicans say it. But for us to hear now from the Deputy Prime Minister, this is elevating it to a completely new level.
I must take a pause there to tell you guys, I have been saying, I have had multiple people on the platform saying, Dennis, Father Dark Knight, Marlon, Nicole Style, many persons come on the live. And all of us have pointed to the fact over the last year even that these, and we have always known this, all of these civic groups, they're aligned to the People's National Criminal Organization. They are a criminal enterprise, all of them. They are several different arms of this one criminal enterprise. The PNP is at the top of the pyramid. and it has expanded down. They are a criminal enterprise, and they once had the police as well in that ring of criminality. But this government has managed to successfully rehabilitate the police and is fixing the police, and the police is going out there on the daily to do their jobs, my people. Steve, big up yourself. Dorothy, big up yourself. Valerine, big up yourself. Good morning. Arnold, big up yourself. Good morning. See, we have several of these civic groups who is fighting against the best interest. Now, what is your right? How do you look into this? You wake up this morning and you wake up with your two picking them and your husband and your wife. And you get up and you shower. You get your kids them ready for school. And when you have breakfast, your wife go off with the children them to drop them at school because she ahead of work. You know reverse out your driveway and stop to close your gate. And you doing so, come out to your vehicle to close your gate, to go back in your vehicle for head to your work. A big, dirty, nasty, thinking PNP hoodlum. When I decide to go look work and nothing to do him, he just decide say I'm a criminal and he want to come dig you down and take away your things from you. Now your wife get a call after she drop off the children them. Say somebody just kill you out their yard gate. This is the Jamaica that we lived in for many, many years under the People's National Criminal Organization. So we, the regular citizens of Jamaica, we back Horace Chang and we back Andrew Williams and we back the police wholeheartedly. We need peace in our country. And if that means we are going to wipe out every last criminal, then that is the road we need to go down. That is the reality. There was a time when people could walk with gold chain, people have to take off their chain and their jewelry. People are rob you. There's a time when you could walk with your phone in your back pocket. It's gone. You don't remember that time there? And that's where I come from. Good morning, Father Victor. Jai, big up yourself. Good morning. That's where I come from as a nation. Indicom have independence in investigating the police. And the police also have internal bodies that investigate the police as well. Every police shooting is investigated. And 99.9% of them is found to be correct. And it's still good morning, K. Clark, good morning. I don't know how I go on, Father Victor. You know, YouTube, like I'm going to try to sabotage the Doja as well, you know. Because persons I said them now get the notification. But here what I do, just turn off the notification bell and turn it back on. And see if that works. The Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, they have ultimate responsibility for safety of the nation. One is the Defense Minister, meaning he defends the nation. So if we need to go to war or something detrimental happen security-wise, he holds ultimate responsibility for that and the action that we take with that. Now, within the realms and within the bounds of the nation, we have a security minister who is responsible for security, so the border of the nation and within the nation. That is Horace Chang's job. And he's doing a brilliant job at it. Horace Chang will go down in history as the greatest security minister that Jamaica has ever seen. See? And it is not that there were no talent in Jamaica. It is not that we did not know what to do to quell the crime and violence in Jamaica. No, see Mark Golding. Now, as a prime minister or as a member of parliament, no care how much gunman friend me might have, how much gunman family me might have, when none of them dead, I privately we are going to deal with that. You're not going to see me a post that. This is the brazen and disgusting behavior of the opposition leader in our country, you know. See? He should be removed. Mark Golding does not respect the Jamaican people. He does not respect our sovereignty. He does not respect our dignity. He has no dignity himself. Mark Golding posts a criminal that was on the police person of interest list, telling one of our organizations in Jamaica, Indicom to be exact, that Indicom should investigate the police. Why is Mark Golding underestimating the investigative power of the police? This is what they would have done in government. This is what they would have done in government. Father, that night, Anita Earlford, I say, time come for PNP. For Mark Golding go, not time come as time come. And she has a time come for PNP go. That she has say. Sorry, Anita Earlford. I can't take you out of time out. But you're not going to stay for, you're not going to stay in a time out forever. You're just in a time out today. You soon can't comment again. Mark Golding is nothing more than a common criminal. And if this not shown in Jamaica, this tells me clearly that all of these years we lost 22,000 Jamaicans to gun violence. 22. Between 1989 and 2016, 22,000 Jamaicans murdered. Enough dead 17, 18, and 19. So we lost about almost 30,000 Jamaicans over that 30-odd year period. Or 20-odd year period. And it tells me that the PNP decided not to do nothing, especially in their 19 years, because they are friends with the criminals. When Andrew Holness say, do me a beg, help me, make we go after a criminal, them, they not do it. Peter Bunting not do it. The PNP not do it. When the government come and the government says states of emergency, Zozos, the PNP voted for it and then took the government to court, saying the government is violating people's rights. The PNP is a common criminal organization. It is a criminal operation. I must keep them as far away from power as possible. Dwayne Vaz was in a fight in Westmoreland night before last night. And instead of Dwayne Vaz take out his phone and call the police, I was told that Dwayne Vaz took out his phone to call a criminal to page the man with him and him in a fight. This is the type of criminality that we have dealt with in the country for a long time and long enough. We cannot have it anymore. We cannot have it anymore in our country. With children are dying, see 2 baby dead there. And many more to come if we don't change the way how we operate in our country. And it can be your child and it can be mine. And them the things that we're supposed to run from. Big up yourself, Maro. We're supposed to run from them things there. So I make no mistake about it. I support Dr. Chang wholeheartedly. And if I had the power, I would end JFJ and run out all the JFJ people that work there out of the country. They don't mean the country no good. And they never on hand to talk about nothing that is good in the country. None of the civic society. And if I had the power, I would run them out of Jamaica. Me would have run them out. Indicom can stay. That is for a great purpose. And we do have police officers who inveigle in wrongdoing. We have met police officers in England who go to jail regular for rape, for all kind of crime, scamming everything. It happened in England too. I'm certain it happened in America. So Jamaica is not the only place that is happening. We see them catch 2 police officers the other day where they say, look like they murder somebody. We see Noel Maitland gone to prison. So we are making great strides in our nation to change these things. The PNP is an old draconian party. It is a dinosaur. It is a relic of the past. I must seek to keep it there. When you hear me, I want in Jamaica. Jamaica, when you hear me, I want to. We must seek to keep the PNP in the past. For 19 years, gunman rage rampage power with picking of them. Panning all away. We girl picking of them, can't walk a road, then rape them. They murder we boy picking of them. Your father will go out to go make some, to go winnie bread. So your mother can look after you and buy no school uniform, gunman, kill them. PNP unleash that kind of criminality on the people of Jamaica. It is the PNP that did it. It got out of control under the PNP. And we almost could not get it under control. Thank God we have good leaders now. You got people who say, watch him a liberate and him a talk shit. The record shows that in 1988 there were 400 and odd murders in Jamaica. And after that it skyrocketed and blossomed. So much so it got out of hand. It could not change overnight. It took many years to get there. Just like it took many years to get it right. That's the way they know. But when they saw it was getting out of hand, the PNP, who is in vigor with criminals, they did nothing to stop it because it benefited them. So we don't go like we don't know our history. And we don't know what take place in our country. Some are we young. But we know. We're not blind. We're not blind. See what going on. I will see that it is the PNP. If there's two evils in Jamaica, it is the PNP that is the evil one. They don't love poor people. They don't love black people. They don't love Jamaica. They don't love peace and safety. They don't like security. They don't like nothing. PNP bad mind in every sense of the word. PNP first somebody in a PNP first people in Jamaica to kill one labor right. And them start political violence in Jamaica. PNP did that. But many people don't know their history. Many people don't know the history of Jamaica. This is why we are seeking to tell the story and talk about the history of our nation. JFJ should be disbanded. We saw them aligned with the PNP just last year. Stage a protest. Paid for and sponsored by the PNP. Talking about body cameras. Gunman a wear body camera when they come for murder your family them. Gunman a wear body camera. When gunman come for murder your family them, they have mercy. Eh? We must not have any mercy on them either. It's plain and simple as that. That is where we need to move to in our nation. I know watch if it will clean up. Remember, you know, Andrew Holness on many occasions call on the youths. Say, see work, yeah. We are going to work, put on a scamming. See call center there. See a business loan there. You can go do something with it. Many occasions. And they did not stop. Until the Prime Minister have to move to a hardened stance where he said, meet the judge or meet the maker. Going forward into this year, we need to remove. We must remove the judge and emphasize the fact of meeting a maker. What I say we do? We must remove the judge and move to a position where I make alone a meet. I mean, I talk about the hardened criminal. Because a lot of these people where police killing, the police are check them, you know. What we are not privy to is that police are check them and police know their movement and know where them are do. Police have intelligence upon them. And when police corner them, they open fire upon police. Police not supposed to relent. And you're not supposed to go up against the state and win. The state stand supreme. And when you challenge the state, the might of the state must come down on you. That is the position that we must move to. Good morning, Jacqueline. Nicola, big up yourself. Good morning. Sharon, big up yourself as well. When you challenge authority, the might of the state must come down on you. You must not challenge the state and win. How much here under PNP? All when time you're in a concrete jungle, police are tell us gunman escape in a nearby bushes. Police and criminal come up against each other upon the sea. Out of sea, upon the high seas, them a come from Haiti with gun. And police come and tell us gunman escape in a nearby bushes. Siege. And the people them in Jamaica, we afraid. We girl pitney them can't walk in a peace. We afraid. Our dog gone at them bed from 3:30. Now after when I look up pitney, me have to run from dog. Dog tap run down car and tap run down people. Dog afraid of gunman. Dog gone at them bed as early as possible. Dog gone on the house but I'm gone sleep. That is the level of tyranny that Jamaican people was under. Where was JFJ and all of these civic society groups? Or civil society groups? Where were they? They live up in a cherry garden and then live up on them scheme, them gated community. Them alright. You know, they are for them footstep. So they can get up and say anything what they want to say, but we, the people, have to live down our footstep, down there so. Down for them footstep. What happened to we? We don't want no peace and no safety. This is why they don't like Andrew Holness, because they see change when I come with the nation. They saw the change and no sir, they are seeing the change that is enacting in this country. No fight corruption. We are going. They're saying corrupt, you know. This is the least corrupt government that Jamaica has ever seen. And I mean say so. It's an international body say that. Yes, Steve, that's Westmoreland many house of butter. Westmoreland we come from. Many house of butter. Same way. See? And that is because of PNP mismanagement as well. PNP not do not food on Westmoreland. 60 years of loyalty to the People's National Criminal Organization, and we have absolutely nothing to show for it. Not even the dry shit will come out of goat body. We don't have to show down Westmoreland. Westmoreland Western. Sir Wickham McNeil in Westmoreland Western. From 1997 to 2020. And many communities in a Western Westmoreland still don't have running water. They don't have pipe water. They still have to go a river, go catch water in a bucket pan their head in a Western Westmoreland. Wickham McNeil spent 23 years there as Member of Parliament. So I like we don't know. And I like we don't know, say PNP no mean we no good. We see it. But somehow we can leg off an orange. Because we granny we could read. Your granny we can't read, somebody tell him say PNP better for him. Or tell her say PNP better for her. Or tell her. I remember last election gone where they were in Dayton Cambridge constituency. We see the little old lady. And the news reporter asked her, say, she not no running water if she go vote. She said, me a vote. You know, remember, this is the type of ignorance that we are dealing with in a lot of communities in Jamaica. And instead of we say, you know what, this brother have done wrong for so long. In wrongs that he have done for so long have finally caught up to him because he not repent, he not changing ways. Enough man a bad man, you know. And them humble themselves and hold a corner and done. They make it true. But yeah, some man will decide that they're not done and them a bad man to the end. So when police go and end them, we're not supposed to block the road. And you know what need to happen in Jamaica? We need to pass a piece of legislation. We need to pass a piece of legislation. We have to get hard upon something, you know. I'm a government, me no want to listen to me. We need to go in a parliament now and pass a legislation. When we catch people outside protesting after a criminal life has ended, We must lock up those persons indefinitely. Them criminal too. We don't see what going on in Mexico. That is what they want in Jamaica. And if we allow it, the PNP would have allowed Jamaica. As a matter of fact, we don't see one heap of killing and beheading what's going on in Mexico. Cartels are kill people or something. Jamaica managed to outpace even Mexico. Jamaica was the murder capital of the world at one point in time. It even outpaced cartel land. Jamaica did that. For a tiny little country. Jamaica can fit in Mexico many times. And we outpace them under the People's National Criminal Organization watch. I saw as a little youth, Peter Phillips and several other, Omar Davis and several other PNP officials going to a criminal funeral. Me see that with my own eye. On TV. So there's no if, no but, nor maybe that the PNP was in vigor with criminals and criminality. We must separate the state from criminals. And that is what Andrew Holness is doing. And notice, we can't say thief, we can't say this, he knows big in that. No. Can't look for Andrew Holness and say he's affiliated with no criminal or any criminal enterprise. No, can't say that. And that is why he's able to go after these criminals. 200 and almost 300 gang in a Jamaica when Andrew Holness took over in 2016. Today we have less than 100 gangs and the government continue to go after them. We can live in a peace and harmony. We don't fear war, whether you're PNP or you're labor. We don't need to no gang. Go and get a job, go and get a skill, raise a family, get a nice girlfriend, get her pregnant, look after your youth, then make your youth, then become your life. You go out and you work for them and become a productive member of society. Big up in a Kenrai. Today, no gunman escape in a nearby bushes. Them a get a casket. That them a get now. And that they ain't get enough away. Mercy of God make some of we still alive today. Mercy of God make some of we still alive today. So no bother go and like say we don't know we history PNP. We know. Say uno a criminal enterprise, I wouldn't bring in all like drugs and gun them. 98% of criminals in a prison are PNP. They are affiliated to the People's National Criminal Organization. 98% of them in a prison are PNP. That is from a study done of prisons in Jamaica. My government must get on their high horse now. And when I say high horse, we must do it proudly. And we must start build 2 Supermax prison. One for woman and one for man. All the hooligan there, want to see a war of a man down in Westmoreland. Lock up all 3 of them. Send them a prison, they don't mean society no good. And if the time come and I am caught in the wrongdoing, me, DUJON, send me a prison too. Because I'm supposed to know better. Good morning, Mama Marcia. Too much excuses. This time we become serious and set the record straight and do the right thing. And the right thing is to do the best for our nation. That is what our future is depending on. This is what our children and our grandchildren is depending on. A functional Jamaica, a peaceful Jamaica, a Jamaica where they can get up and live their life in a peace. When we hear some people dead that crash, then crash. And when we hear some people dead that sick, then sick. With this gun violence and this stabbing up and this all kind of crosses what go on in our country, a PNP bring it down power. Because they have no ambition. They never aspire. They were not dreaming for a better Jamaica. They gave up on us. They heavily burdened down taxes on us and debt on us in Jamaica. And then they gave up. When you hear me, I tell you in Jamaica, that is the legacy of the PNP. In this Jamaica, in today's Jamaica and in the one of yesteryear, the history before the PNP, it is the Jamaica Labour Party that builds Jamaica, and that is irrefutable. It is the undisputed facts. Big up yourself, Primrose. You give it a good morning. You don't have to like me, you know. You don't have to like me, but me I gotta talk it truth. Enough no like me, cause me talk it truth. Enough PNP no like me, cause me I talk it truth. Anything one can stretch on a hand for and get for free, and that one there with. So because you can go a criminal door, you get one pound of rice and 2 tin mackerel. And that you invigor with. You don't want to get up, go work, and workless, and careless, and an ambition. So you don't see value enough to go work and be productive members of society. You don't see value enough to go get one paycheck and pay on the bills them. You don't want to live free. Government become bill us go no. Government become buy one axe you go no. And while government at that government for bill hospital because no bed in the hospital. And government for bill road because rock in a road. How all of them things they go pay for if you big and sour and skin out in your yard drunk and don't want to go look work? Tell me. You think government can magic up money? You have to go look work and pay tax. That's how we are going to fix the country. That is how we fix it. We don't want no hands out. When PNP did in a government, Trinidad shame we. Say them and we ATM because PNP government not tap beg. Every minute them a walk and beg around the world. Today, under Andrew Holness government, Jamaica can stand proud. We can stand tall. We are pay for debt them and we are fix up the country. Under Andrew Holness. I don't like him for that because I'm not careless and workless. I'm not a dirty nigga. I'm not mama a dirty nigga. I'm not papa a dirty nigga. I'm not granny a dirty nigga. I'm not grandpapa a dirty nigga. No ambition. If one piece of house on a grandfather dead left go, no. I eat the whole on living for how much generation. No. I'm going to look work for bill and I look a room for the phone yourself. No. Move right in front of me for me tap to your phone and tapping one on the face this morning. Move up and go. I don't know when I'm ready for talk it truth. I don't respond and I don't care. No for no, a dirty nigga, no ambition. And the people in front of JFJ, I pray that you never reach at the mercy of none of these criminals. You remember, I tell you no. I mean, I'm a known for have go mouth, you know. I pray that none of you who work at JFJ and these civil society groups is never at the mercy of any of these criminals. Because we shall read about you in a newspaper, a gleaner. When I remember somebody tell you everybody need to get on board. Everybody need to get on board. The fixing of our nation is incumbent upon all of us. It is all of us duty to fix our nation, whether you're PNP or you're JLP or Fui Jamaica. And if you seek to tear it down, you tear down yourself. You know no ambition. Me can get up and have ambition for everybody. You have to have ambition for yourself and for your loved ones and for your picking. Children live what they learn. If you're big and careless and you sit down all the day of your life, sit down on corner and drink rum and smoke weed and drink dragon, that is how your children will grow. That's the example that they saw. And that is the route that they will take. When I was growing up, my father was the breadwinner. He went out every day, went to work. And that him look after my household. That is what I learned. And that is the example I set today. That is the example I set today. Because that is what I learned. So if you big and careless and workless and skin out in a bed every day, that you pity them going to grow up going do. Okay, now no ambition. What are the odds you're going to turn to criminality if your father is a criminal or your mother is a criminal? Are there criminals in the police? Yes, they are. Are there criminals in the military? Yes, they are. Are there criminals in our parliament? Yes, they are. But we're supposed to have checks and balances to seek out these people and single them out. And when we do so, and we finally single them out, nobody should seek to protect them. The chip must fall where they may. That is the type of Jamaica that we want to live in. So no don't go like we don't know. We history. The history of Jamaica, especially our most recent history, tells us that it is the PNP that destroyed the economy. It tells us that it is the PNP that destroy every other thing in a Jamaica, because if you destroy the economy, without an economy, you cannot achieve anything. What are the odds? What are the odds if you as a man is not winning the bread in your yard? What are the odds that your Uber go burn you? Why? You're not fulfilling your mandate. You are the economic engine in your household as a man. That is what we need to fix in Jamaica. The economy fuels everything. We can't fix nothing without the economy. Without the economy, we can't buy a police vehicle. Without the economy, we can't fix road. Without the economy, we can't build a school, we can't build a hospital, we can't pay people correctly without the economy function properly. And that Andrew Holness I tell you, licky idiot them. Say we rough, but we have to fix it. So once we fix it, so everything will fall in place. That's how I man I tell you, But you're not big and dunce and understanding. You're not big and careless and workless. You not can't comprehend something. Today in Jamaica, food expensive, yes, and food expensive everywhere in Ireland. But today in Jamaica, if you want a piece of ox, you can go buy. That is an undisputed fact. Back in the day, tin mackerel and bully beef would have killed we. And I PNP. Tin mackerel and bully beef would have killed we. And a PNP government and chicken back. Chicken neck, chicken gizzard, kidney, chicken heart. And them there's something that we couldn't buy today. We can buy mixed parts. And yeah, mixed parts every day if we want. We can go to KFC, go line up every day if we want. We can buy oxtail, we can buy pork, we can buy beef, we can buy lobster if we want now. Why? Because the economy is stable. Is food prices still too high? Yes, we need to bring down food inflation. That is still a work in process for the government. And it is work in progress as well because they are doing things to fix it. Things like cold storage. One might see it as just cold storage. Things like irrigation. One might see it as just irrigation. But all of that intertwined, it brings down food prices in the end because now we will be able to grow and store our own food. So things like tomato and onion and then something we normally buy from foreign. Now that we have place to store for we don't have to buy no more from foreign. These are the things that the government are doing. Taking steps to fix these things. These things should have happened from Bustamante and normal manly time. Andrew Holness is having to do it now. Andrew Holness have fixed things from their time there. From Siaga time. From Sangster time. From Shearer time. From Manly time. From Siaga time. From Pattisu time. From Portia time. And who do you have like a mercy upon the man because I'm big and careless. Chiman telling us say in a COVID, so no go sit down. Cause we don't have enough hospital bed. People are asleep on the floor already. So we can't afford for everybody catch COVID. You know, come out and left a party, you know, go on the yard. And if you don't go on the yard, we're gonna lock you up. If you don't own good, that's why you turn for the man. You know, big and keyless amount of PNP sour. Big like Chip Legs gut. Big like Mark Golin to titty them. You know, move up and go. That's why you turn against the man, because you corrupt. I don't have no understanding. Anyway, my people, I run over my time, my people, because I am in ceremony and I got carried away. I need to go and get ready for work. But we're off tomorrow and we'll do a longer segment. But we are live tonight, my people. So big up all 276 person who is here. Please subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Big up all 112 person that gave me a thumbs up. And I will soon tonight for tonight's segment. See? Big up on yourself. Much love. Show all your bright.